Hello guys, welcome back. In this video we will learn few things in terms of texturing and also in Substance Painter. So one thing is Texel Density, which is basically means texture element density. It is number of pixels per unit of 3D space. So what that actually means I would like to tell you. I've got a polygon cube. Make sure that it's freezed by transformations. You can generally I'm just putting it to a big size and then freeze the transformation. So I'll be assigning a shader, a Lambert shader would do, and then take a noisy texture. So I'm taking this. I press 6 on the keyboard, reduce the amplitude and then maybe increase the repeats to 3. Now one thing you should notice that the texture on this model is evenly distributed, the size which I'm talking about. So if I just open the UV editor, the UVs are already done to this model. Okay, so if I press 5 you could see the shaded mode. If I press 7 you could see there is a sort of white color. Now wireframe mode is like it doesn't show anything about the model, but let me switch off. Now you should see this is wireframe mode. There is nothing this UVs are telling you, but when I press 5 it is showing a colored tint. Sometimes this UVs could be in red color, something like that. And what does that actually means is when we have the texture is actually flipping. Okay, you should able to see the texture is flipped. So it is very important to keep our UVs in the blue color. So that's one thing about this shade. Now when I press 7 it's turning into white color, but when I select a particular UV and move, you could see there's a change in the color. Okay, this is showing a heat map, and this heat map is generally referring to stretch and contraction of the UVs. So if any UVs are stretching way too much, that UVs would be shown in a different color. Okay, and when I'm increasing this UV shell, the texture in that area gets contracted, and you could see the difference here. Here the checker size is bigger and here the checker size is smaller. Okay, so the contraction of the texture, I'm not talking about the UVs, is shown in the blue color, while when I scale it down, now you could see the texture expansion and UV contraction is happening, and it's showing up into a different color, right? So let me actually cut this all edges. Okay, and then just move this aside, and then let's scale it. Okay, now you don't see any stretch happening because we have cut them separately, and there is no impact on the overall result. But what's happening here is when I'm scaling this to a smaller size and when I'm scaling it to a larger size, you should able to see the texture size is different. So what happens is the texture on the bottom is too big. If you could see, the circles are too big, while this side the texture is very small, and there is a non-uniformity in the texture quality. There is no consistent through the model. So somewhere it's looking big, somewhere it's looking medium, somewhere it's looking too small. So there's a issue with this. So let me select the model and go to the UV toolkit, and then we have certain things called texel density or texture element density. So I'm selecting that and I'm just clicking this get button. and it shows that it has 32 Texel density. Now select this one and it has got 54, and this one got 13. So let's say I want to get this Texel density just by selecting that UV shell. It's 32. Now when I select this one and then say set, so this UV shell's Texel density is applied to that. You could see that to this model also. Okay, so Texel density is that. So how much of this UV is covering, and what's the texture size you're getting. Okay, so we always make sure that the Texel density is uniform throughout the model. Okay, so that is one thing, and the next thing is we call this as UV shells. Okay, UV shells. So in Substance Painter we have couple of tools which can generally help us identify them. So I would like to take you to the Substance Painter. So I'm in Substance Painter here. So I'm going to pick a solid color. Okay, already UVs are done. There's nothing to do with the UVs. So whether I'm adding this generator in the fill or mask, there's no big difference. It's because I'm not going to create something out of it. I'm just trying to explain what it means is. And the generator what I'm talking about here is the UV Texel density. Okay, so you understood that what is UV Texel density is. So I'll just switch this to base color for you to understand it correctly. There are three things. One is medium, one is low, and another one is high. I've already told you if the Texel density is low, you should able to see. So if I'm going to put it small, okay, the texture looks big here, and if I'm going to put this, the texture is going to look small there. So this is high Texel density shell and this is low Texel density shell. Okay, now if you could see, the green color is the medium where the Texel density is average, or that size is where the starting point of the Texel density. Now when I say Texel density low here, means the UV shell is smaller there, which means the texture will stretch in this areas. Okay, so this is basically the color which RGB sort of thing. Okay, and you want to use it to achieve something, it's up to you. And I don't preferably use it anywhere in getting a result. But let's say if I go to the mask and then add a generator, then use UV texture density, and that's the medium range, so I'm going to put that to black and that one to white. Okay, so as you could see, it's trying to mask that area. Okay, there's nothing fancy about it. I'm telling you, and it's only it's like a helper to you to see how the model is, but there's no true use of getting a result of this model. But however, if you want to try it, go ahead. And then we have another generator. I'm going to add a generator, and then we have UV random. Now UV random is basically doing what is, if I click the seed random, so it keeps changing the color. Now I've told you there are UV shells or UV islands, so every shell gets a different color here. Okay, that's the whole idea of this UV random. So again, do you want to use it? I only say that it's up to you whether you want to use this or not. So I'm going to, let's say if I want to use it, then I'm going to add a solid color. Let's put some color there, and then go to the mask and then add a generator, then choose UV randomness. Then when I start clicking that, you get random colors there. The one is red and another one is, it's like semi-transparent. I saw people using them for randomizing the value of tiles, or when too many objects are there and you want to randomize them, this can be used. Again, it's up to you how to use it. I mean, there are tiles laid out in UVs and there are at least 100 200 tiles, and then it should do some magic there.